Hello, fellow Americans. You are on the YouTube channel Common Constitutionalism, and I am Mitch. I talk about issues in our government, the erosion of our culture, the minimizing of our way of life, and the disregard for our Constitution. Keep your conservative voices active. Subscribe to this channel and listen as I talk about issues we are facing in our country and government. Visit my website, commonconstitutionalism.com. Enjoy reading my conservative blogs, and if you like them, maybe throw in a donation. While on commonconstitutionalism.com, go ahead and shop at the Sage Novelty Shop, where you will find shirts which feature our very own unique conservative political memes and captions. Display your conservative beliefs with pride. These items send a clear message without saying a word, or if you prefer, you can use them as a conversation starter. Come join my Facebook group, Common Constitutionalism, for discussions of topics, sharing of ideas, and interacting with others just like yourself who are proud to be Americans. Gun control advocates, are you sure you want the solutions? There are over 300 million guns in the United States, which are in the hands of private ownership. Yet of all the deaths annually in the U.S., the small percent of tragic life loss due to gun violence is far less than 0.5%. Let's make it clear. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Unfortunately, evil does exist in the world. Evil people will always find a way to disseminate their evil. Understand a few simple truths. Think about the threat of terror worldwide. Talk about a class of people living in fear. Think of Israel. Evil people use all sorts of methods. Bombs, by far the most destructive. Biologicals, probably the second most destructive. Guns, knives. Think of how many items can become a weapon. Bat or club, pipe, tire iron, chain, rope, poisons, or even bare hands. According to the latest statistics released by the FBI, it shows homicides caused by personal weapons, which are classified as hands, feet, or fist, are nearly twice those caused by rifles, falsely referred to as assault weapons by the media. One of the biggest problems in having a truthful and honest discussion today on regulating guns has become the leftist rhetoric of mislabeling and misrepresentation of what an automatic or assault weapon really is. Gun control advocates, public figures, and politicians give out false information constantly. Whether it is done from ignorance or is done intentionally, the outcome is the same. The AR rifle and automatic rifle seem to be the leftist hardest hit terms with this misrepresentation. A big part of this misinformation is spreading the word that AR means assault rifle or automatic rifle, which is completely false. The reality is AR simply stands for Armalite rifle. The AR-15's original manufacturer was Armalite. Therefore, AR means Armalite rifle. Consider why the states that have foolishly enacted the toughest gun laws also have the highest number of violent crimes. The answer is actually simple. Reduce the number of law-abiding citizens and individuals armed, and who is left to protect against the perpetrators? Law enforcement cannot be everywhere all the time. And there is response time to consider as well. Whether it is a school shooting, church shootings, certain other gun-free zones, or even a Walmart. These shooting instances have become more and more frequent over the past 20 years or so, I guess. During this same time, states were passing stiffer legislation and creating more gun-free zones. For those who believe taking guns away from the law-abiding and continue to make stricter gun laws is the thing to do, I promise you will have chaos. Only the criminals will have guns. They will always find a way, even if they craft their own weapons. It does not take much to figure out why these same places with all the strict gun laws have so many gun-related problems, when states with few gun restrictions have almost zero gun-related problems. This is a simple question to answer. Because a criminal does not want to break into a home knowing he may crawl through a window looking down the barrel of a gun. Oops, I picked the wrong house. There should be a lot fewer of these shootings if there were no gun-free zones, like we used to have. Shooters are less likely to walk into a church, school, or even Walmart if they know that they may not even make it through the front door. A quick education on what defines semi-automatic and assault weapons. Just because there are semi-automatics that look like assault weapons does not make them assault weapons. Almost every gun made today is semi-automatic. The definition of semi-automatic is one shot per each pull of the trigger. The definition of fully automatic, which are the real assault weapons, is continuous fire until the trigger is released. Laws prohibiting the sale and manufacture of machine guns to the public have been illegal since 1934. Then laws governing the sale and manufacturing of weapons was rewritten and expanded to include fully automatic weapons in 1968. Again, the laws were expanded in 1986. Since the 1968 laws, sale and manufacture of any fully automatic weapons produced after the date in 1968 to the public has been illegal, leaving only the military and law enforcement with fully automatic assault weapons. Any fully automatic weapon sold, owned, or produced prior to the 1986 date are considered legally owned. These weapons, with many now of them over 40 years old and less than 175,000, are still available for legal purchase. That is, if you possess a lot of money, time, and a spotless background. In order to obtain one of these grandfathered fully automatic weapons, you must endure a very long, painful, and expensive process. In reality, these available fully automatic weapons to the American public are old, extremely expensive, and heavily regulated collectible items for the very wealthy. They are not used for any crimes because these true assault weapons are now collector items. If you do eventually find one for sale, it's going to cost you $15,000 to $70,000 and very heavy government regulation by the ATF. The only real solutions to this problem is one, every state needs to reinstate the death penalty. Number 2, do away with gun-free zones at schools, churches, workplaces, etc. Number 3, make conceal and carry uniformly lawful nationwide with reciprocity between all states. Number 4, have criminal mandatory extradition reciprocity between all states. Number 5, plug the holes in our nation's borders. Number 6, bring back Ellis Island. Make immigrants stay in the facility under observation until the vetting process is completed. Number 7, eliminate any legalities that are allowing sanctuary cities and states to hide behind. You see, the issue is so much bigger than just guns. The guns are not the problem. Evil people are. Therefore, in order to prevail on the issue of gun violence, there are many causations that must first be controlled before any progress can be made in the arena of gun violence. I would also like everyone reading this to note and understand that I just wrote this article addressing gun violence. All the while, not once did I mention Second Amendment or mental health. Think about that a minute, if you would, because the truth is, mental health isn't the real issue. And the Second Amendment is our constitutional right, and it's sure and the devil isn't what's pulling the triggers. And seriously, if you're not willing to accept and understand that guns are not the problem, that people are the problem, then you are showing that you are not ready for an honest and truthful discussion on this issue. If that is the case, what are you going to do next? Make a law to take away every person's baseball bat, kitchen knives, piece of rope, or bottle of chlorine? If you want to really fix the problem, then listen to the answers. Some of you liberal bleeding hearts will not like the answers, but wake up, because they are the answer to the problem. Assuming you really want to fix the problem, and you are not just spewing talking points and propaganda, which I think more often than not is actually why there's no progress made in this area. And as always, you can read the full article and many others at my website, commonconstitutionalism.com. Let's see what we can accomplish here. My aim is to create a loyal following so I can continue bringing awareness to these kinds of issues. We will talk about issues in our government, the erosion of our culture, the minimizing of our way of life, and the disregard for our Constitution. I would appreciate you all exploring, donating, subscribing, joining, and shopping on my sites. You will see them displayed at the beginning and the end of the videos. Until next time, this is Common Constitutionalism, and I am Mitch. Thank you, America.